Yes, people. Good evening. I hope I'm
Yes,
audible.
you are. Yes, you are.
Yes. Is it still echoing, sir? Sulaiman, sir?
Yeah, we'll start. We'll start.
No. Is it still echoing?
No. It's not echoing. It's not
Better,
echoing.
no? Better, yeah.
No, not now. Not now.
Yes, not.
Right. You can go to slide number 45. Very left yesterday. I'll start from there.
Okay.
Yes, the previous slide. That is about training and modifying emotions. I just want to touch upon a few definitions. Previous slide. Yeah. I just want to explain about this redirection, sublimation, catharsis, and inhibition. The others, I think you can know that. 2 minutes, I'll just quickly run through. See, redirection is actually basically what happens is our emotions cannot be suppressed with your emotion, be it anger, be it happiness. Maybe we can make it mild. We can for the particular time being we can make it in a diminished way, but it cannot be suppressed altogether. So it is like a stream which will search for its outlet in some way or the other. So what happens is when there is fury, when we experience some wrong has been done to us, we may very well redirect it to something else. We can reduce the vileness of our emotion. So and try to make it somewhat constructive. So that is what redirection is about. Then sublimation. Are there any physics students here? Can anyone explain what is sublimation? See, to put it simply, sublimation is basically transforming a solid into a gas without passing through the liquid phase. Okay, solid, liquid, and gas. So 1 to 3, straight away going from 1 to 3 without touching.
Sorry, joining in late. You just
Yes,
asked me what is sublimation is. Can I tell?
Yes, please.
See, supposing you are heating sand, no? If you heat sand, can you hear? Sorry.
Yes. I just want
yeah. If you heat sand, it will not turn to liquid form. It will automatically. That is sublimation. In between, the liquid form will not be there. See, normally, if you heat ice, it will become a liquid. Then it will become it will go to pass on to gaseous stage. But sand, no, straight away you heat it, it transforms. It gets transformed to gas. That's it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you.
So that is what putting it objectively 1 to 3 straight away instead of passing through 2. So in our emotions, what they call sublimation is, that is when we feel some strong emotion, some strong urge towards something. Basically, sublimation is it is also a kind of redirection, but in redirection, actually, the original emotion does not lose its original form, whereas in sublimation, the original emotion is much more elevated in sublimation, much more acceptable in an acceptable way, what the society accepts. That is, in our text, they have given the example of lust turning into love, love for fine arts. We have our own Verma, Kerala Verma. Actually, that person was supposedly one of the most lustful person in his youthful days. but he turned it towards arts, love for arts, and his arts are still revered throughout. So that is a typical example of sublimation. Or extreme lust towards devotion to God or something like that. Or anger turning into motivation, and then the urge to achieve something, zeal for achieving something. That extreme emotion is being turned to something more acceptable or more constructive for the particular individual. That is called sublimation. Okay. Then catharsis.
For sublimation, one more example is camphor.
Yes,
Camphor will also, it'll not change into liquid. It'll directly get into gaseous mode. So I think most of them will understand camphor. கற்பூரம்
Yeah.
எரிச்சன்னா அது வந்து ஆமா எரிச்சன்னா நீங்க டைரக்டாவே
Try
வந்து அதை
it
ஃபீல்
and
பண்ணலாம். ஆமா just to for the Tamil people who have, yesterday there was a request இங்கிலீஷ்ல மட்டும் சொல்லாதீங்க தமிழ்லயும் சொல்லுங்கன்னு. so for that reason. Okay.
Yeah.
தமிழ்ல சொல்றதா ஐ எம் ரெடி, பட் ஆனா ஐ டோன்ட் நோ வெதர் நான் பேச தமிழ் புரியுமான்றதான் தெரியல.
நீங்க அழகா தமிழ்ல டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணீங்களே. இப்ப நிறைய
ஆமா நீங்க தமிழ் பேசுங்க, அதுவே எங்களுக்கு போதும்.
இல்ல சில வார்த்தையெல்லாம் பாசிட்டிவ் சைக்காலஜில இவர் வந்து இந்த 2 மார்க்ஸ் கொஸ்டினுக்காக எழுதி இருந்ததுல எல்லாம் சில வார்த்தையெல்லாம் ரொம்ப அழகான வார்த்தையெல்லாம் எடுத்திருந்தாரு. நேத்து கூட ஒரு நல்ல தமிழ் வார்த்தை சொன்னீங்களே, மறந்து போச்சே. நேத்து ஒரு நல்ல வார்த்தை சொன்னீங்க. நீங்க அந்த அர்த்தம் புரியுமா அப்படின்னு கூட கேட்டீங்க. எத்தனை பேருக்கு இந்த அர்த்தம் புரியும்னு?
ஜலம், சலம்.
சலம்.
ஆக்சுவலி ஜலம் வந்து இப்போ நம்ம சில ஹவுஸ் ஹோல்ட்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்றாங்க. பட் ரொம்ப புராண காலங்கள்ல சலன்ற வார்த்தை நிறைய நம்மளோட நிறைய காப்பியங்கள் இருக்கு. தூய தமிழ் சொல்லுது. சரி, நான் I'll move to catharsis.
7:30 break. Sorry, நான் 7:30 க்கு log off பண்ணிடுவேன் because I have another meeting. அது வந்து I cannot stop.
Yes.
Don't take it otherwise. நான் வந்து பாதியில I have to go.
Yes.
Thank you.
So catharsis actually இது என்னன்னா, இப்போ வந்து ஒரு ரொம்ப கோபமா இருக்கணும்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், நம்ம படுற துன்பத்தை நம்ம உள்ளுணர்ந்து இருக்கின்ற அந்த ஒரு கஷ்டமான அந்த எமோஷனு, அந்த ஃபீலிங்கு நம்ம வந்து அதை வந்து அதோட துன்பத்தோட அளவை வந்து குறைக்கிறது. தட் இஸ் வாட் இஸ் கால்ட் as catharsis. It is basically expressing some strong feeling through some other way of say drama or arts or anything else to get rid of that anger and reducing our own suffering. அழுத்தமான நம்ம மன அழுத்தத்திலேருந்து உணர்ச்சியை வெளிப்படுத்தி நம்மளோட அந்த கொந்தளிப்பை வந்து தணிக்கிறது. That is what is called as catharsis.
வடிகால்னு வைக்கலாமா?
Like hearing music.
Yes, very well. Hearing music is correct.
வடிகால்னு சொல்லலாம் இல்லையா?
Went out, வடிகால்ன்றது went out. catharsis வந்து அந்த ப்ராசஸ். அதாவது இப்ப ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள், I just tell you an example. ஒரு ரீசெண்டா நம்ம இந்த T20ல we won actually. இந்தியா வர்சஸ் சவுத் ஆப்பிரிக்கா அந்த டோர்னமெண்ட்ல ஜெயிச்சாங்க. ஸோ சவுத் ஆப்பிரிக்கன் பிளேயர்ஸ் அவங்க என்னன்னா அந்த முடிச்சுட்டு போறப்ப அப்படி கோவமா போய் இந்த போர்டை போய் உதைப்பாங்க. ஆக்சுவலா that is a typical example of catharsis. It is some way of releasing the emotion, screaming or whatever. அதாவது அந்த நம்மளோட துன்பத்தோட அளவை குறைக்கிறது, நம்மளே குறைச்சிக்கிறது.
இப்படி எடுத்துக்கலாமா? நான் வந்து இப்ப ரொம்ப சோகமா இருக்கேன், அப்ப பார்த்து ஒரு சோகமான மூவி பார்த்தேன்னா அதுல போய் அழுதுட்டு வரேன். Is that catharsis?
அது there is actually adding on to the
நான் வந்து அந்த நேரத்துல என்னுடைய சோகத்தை வெண்ட் அவுட் பண்றதுக்கு அது ஒரு சேனலா வச்சுக்கிறேன். அது ஓகேயா? இல்ல I'm just asking. எனக்கு தெரியல.
மத்தவங்க பண்ற
இன்னும் அதிகமா தான் அழுவீங்க மேடம்.
அனுபவம்னாக்கா உங்களை கிட்ட வேற யாருமே இருக்க மாட்டாங்க.
It will increase your further sadness, I believe.
இவ்வளவு மோசமா எடுத்திருக்காங்களே படத்தைன்னா. சாரி,
But
நமக்கு பிடிச்ச ஒரு விஷயத்து மூலமா வெளிப்படுத்துறதா வச்சுக்கலாங்களா?
பிடிச்சது இல்ல வந்து நம்மளுக்கு ஆபத்து இல்லாத ஏதோ ஒரு இப்ப ஒரு டிபிக்கல் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்றேன் மேடம். இப்ப நம்ம எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம் ரொம்ப கோபமா இருக்கப்ப நம்மள வந்து ஒரு பால், ஒரு ஸ்மைலி பால் மாதிரி ஒரு அம்கிட்டே சொல்லுவாங்க. சம் பீப்புள் யூஸ் டு டூ தட். அவர் ஒரு பஞ்சிங் பேக்கை போய் நம்ம ஒரு ஃபியூ மினிட்ஸ் பஞ்ச் பண்ணிட்டு வர சொல்லுவாங்க. No, all these are basically strategies to reduce that pent up emotions. நம்ம ரொம்ப நாளா இல்ல ரொம்ப நேரமா நம்மளால ஆற்றாமை, நம்மளால அதை வெளிக்கொணர முடியாத ஒரு ஆற்றாமை, அந்த எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம் ஃபீலிங் இருக்கப்ப அதை குறைக்கிறதுக்கு some channel, some reduction of that intensity of that emotion. That is catharsis. Okay.
அது இந்த எக்ஸசைஸ்லயும் இருக்கு சார்.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a part of this exercise also.
And then inhibition as the name says, அது வந்து எப்படின்னா அதாவது இந்த முதல்ல சொன்ன மூணுமே, that is redirection, sublimation, catharsis, அது எல்லா நேரத்துலையும் செய்ய வாய்ப்பு இல்லை, நடைமுறைப்படுத்த வாய்ப்பு இல்லை. So at times we have to suppress our emotions. இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஒரு குரூப் மீட்டிங் இருக்கு, ஒரு நம்மளோட டீம் மீட்டிங் இருக்கு, சம் ரிவ்யூ மீட்டிங் இருக்கு. அதுல வந்து some our superior mocks us or says that our performance is not good. அந்த சபை கருதி, அந்த நாகரிகம் கருதி, we don't talk back, we don't respond immediately. மேபி அதுக்கப்புறம் போய் அவர்கிட்ட போய் பர்சனலாக பேசலாம். So this is inhibition. At that point of time we inhibit ourselves, we restrict ourselves, not expressing that our emotion. That is inhibition. And okay, I think அதுக்கப்புறம் மென்டல் ஆக்குபேஷன் அதெல்லாம் நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண தேவையில்லைன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். மென்டல் ஆக்குபேஷன் is basically not keeping your mind idle or mind empty. Constantly occupying your mind is something else. Actually, I'm a big fan of this mental occupation. I try to do that whenever I feel strong emotion. I try to do this. ஏதாவது நம்மளுக்கு பிடிச்சதோ இல்லை ஏதோ ஒன்று, some new channel, some new learning that will divert your emotion. And then positive suggestions. அதாவது ஒரு பாசிட்டிவ் சென்டிமெண்ட் வரக்கூடிய நல்ல விஷயங்களை செய்யறது, பேசுறது, அதுலயே அந்த உள்ளுணர்வை வந்து நல்ல விஷயங்களாவே பண்றது. நிறைய பேர் சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க, இந்த ஃபாலோவர்ஸ் ஆஃப் ராமகிருஷ்ண பரமஹம்சா, விவேகானந்தா, these people used to say, அதாவது ஒரு வைப் இருக்கு, ஒரு பாசிட்டிவ் எனர்ஜி இருக்கு அப்படிலாம் சொல்லுவாங்க. ஓகே, whatever. The point is, when everything around us is positive, we tend to come out of that negative emotions. So that is about positive suggestions. And an affectionate environment. And always the example is better than precept. That is our parents, no? If our parents or teachers or our superiors, they must actually be the example of how to be matured, what sort of behavior should be expressed. அப்படி இருந்தால் தான் the followers, the people who are observing, can emulate that. So that is about it. Modifying emotions. Okay. Now I'll go to stress. Stress explain பண்றது. Okay, in words we are explaining it somewhere, but ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஒன்று கொடுத்துருக்கேன். This is actually ஒரு எக்ஸாம் படிக்க போறாரு ஒரு பையன். அவர் வந்து ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்காரு, அதுக்கு முன்னாடி ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணல. ஆல் இன்ஜினியரிங் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வுட் ஹவ் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் திஸ். லாஸ்ட் டே அந்த லாஸ்ட் 6 ஹவர்ஸில் படித்து பல பேப்பரை கிளியர் பண்ண ஆல் இன்ஜினியரிங் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்ணணும். You can just read through that example. Yes. So this kind of situation we would have faced எக்ஸாம்லேயோ இல்லை நம்ம சொந்த வாழ்க்கையிலையோ இல்லை ஏதோ ஒரு அசஸ்மெண்ட்லேயோ somewhere you would have faced it. So actually on the particular situation, what if we are not allowed to improve or allowed to better ourselves, whether we give up or we stand up and fight? That is what this chapter is about. The first part is stress, and then coping, and bettering our personality for our own individual improvement. That is this chapter. So succeed or succumb, that is what this chapter is about. How we view various situations, whether we view that as a challenge or a threat. That is what we are going to talk about. So when we are crossing the road on a busy Monday morning, அந்த வந்து போற வண்டி அந்த கலவரம், அது வந்து we would have though it is completely stressful, actually we know that is going to happen. We are alert. We are already perceiving that. So we are aware of the danger, and we carefully cross the road. Okay. So in any situation, the additional efforts we put, and the mobilization of our resources around us, the support system to meet the challenge, this additional effort actually leads to stress. All the challenges, problems, and different circumstances actually leads to stress. Okay. So if handled properly, the stress actually increases the probability of our success, our survival. In our text, they say that stress is like electricity. It gives energy, increases the human arousal, and affects the performance. However, if the electric current is too high, it fuses the bulbs, damages the appliances. So on the correct level of stress is ideal for getting things done. Okay. You can move to the next slide. I'm just basically explaining that what is stress is about. Next slide. You can go to the next slide. These are all examples. You can just read through later. No, the previous slide. I'll just tell what is eustress and distress. Yeah. High stress can produce some unpleasant effects, and it may lead to deterioration, and we may feel bad about ourselves. But at the same time, too little stress also, it may lead to a casual attitude, or procrastination. We may tend to perform very slowly, less efficient. So all stress need not be bad or destructive. Some stress may also contribute for our improvement. So eustress is a term used to describe the level of stress that is good for you, and is one of a person's best assets for achieving peak performance and managing minor crises. Eustress, அதாவது நம்ம வந்து we propel our own body, our own system to achieve something, towards a goal. That is what is called as eustress. But at the same time, if we don't control it, when we get into the flow, what happens? Eustress ultimately become distress. When our body, our system, our mental system is subjected to too much distress, ultimately our body becomes weak. It gets to wear and tear. Okay. So that is about eustress and distress. So the origin of the word. You can go to the next slide. The word stress actually, it has its origin from people. Just forgot to mention something. See, I'm not in this particular session. I'm not dealing entirely with our own text. I've just modified the arrangement of our text. so that it will be easier for you to follow. And I've added portions from Bernstein. Some of the topics I've added so that it will be easy for you to follow, and in this way it will be better. So the origin of the word has its Latin origin from strictus meaning tight or narrow thing, and stringier meaning it is a verb meaning to tighten. அதுல இருந்து வருது. ஸோ ஆரிஜின்லேயே உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், அதாவது எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம் ப்ரெஷரில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு வேர்ட்ஸை டினோட் பண்ணக்கூடிய வார்த்தையில தான் வருது. ஸோ the root words themselves reflect the internal feelings of tightness and constriction of muscles. நம்ம whenever we are stressed, நீங்கள் நல்லா அப்சர்வ் பண்ணி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தெரியும், உங்களோட பாடி வந்து இட் வில் பி லைக் ஒரு டைட்டாக இருக்கும். You should have observed personally. So அதுல வந்து என்னன்னா, the stressors, what are stressors? Stressors are actually events that cause our body to give the stress response. Any stimulus that places a strain on a person's physical or psychological capacity to adjust is called a stressor. ஓகே, நம்ம உடம்புல ஒரு ஒரு டென்ஷனையும் ஒரு ஒரு எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம் ஸ்ட்ரெயினையும் உருவாக்கக்கூடிய எதுவாக இருந்தாலும் that is called as a stressor. It causes burden on our body. Okay. So on the reaction இருக்கு இல்லையா, the body's reaction to that extreme stressor, that is what is called as strain. Stressor and strain. Okay. Now I'll move to the definition. Stress can be described as the pattern of responses an organism makes to stimulus event that disturbs the equilibrium and exceeds a person's ability to cope. நேத்தி கிளாஸ் நான் பேசும்போது ஈக்லிபிரியம் பத்தி பேசியிருந்தேன். If you remember, ஹோமியோஸ்டாசிஸ் பத்தி பேசியிருந்தேன், ஈக்லிபிரியம் பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருந்தேன். ஸோ அதை ஆல்டர் பண்ணக்கூடிய, அதை வந்து குலைக்கக்கூடிய அந்த எதுவாக இருந்தாலும் that is what is called as stress. அது வந்து அந்த அந்த தனி நபரோட திறமையை தாண்டி, அதாவது அவரோட வித்ஸ்டாண்டிங் கெப்பாசிட்டியை தாண்டி போகுது இல்லையா, that is when stress happens. It is a pattern of responses an organism makes to stimulus event that disturbs the equilibrium and exceeds a person's ability to cope. It is a response to events that are threatening or challenging. ரெண்டுமே, அதாவது த்ரெட் வந்து நம்ம வந்து it becomes de-stress. When the person sees it as a challenge, it will be eustress. Okay. Stress generally refers to two things. ரெண்டு விஷயம். First thing is the psychological perception. Second thing is the body's response. So இதுல வந்து நிறைய multiple systems of our body comes to play. From our body metabolism, muscles to நம்மளோட மெமரி ஒர்க், எல்லாத்துக்குமே வந்து everything comes to play. ஸோ எக்ஸசிவாக ஒரு when the body demands excessive working from our organs, stress happens. So when a body is responding to the environment, it actually reacts by releasing chemicals into the blood, which gives the body actually more strength, more energy. It can be a good thing if the stress is caused by physical activity. Like exercise பண்ணும்போது நம்ம பாடி ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கு இல்லையா, அந்த டைமில் ரிலீஸ் ஆகிற ஹார்மோன்ஸ் வந்து it is actually a good thing for our body. However, especially when the body reacts to an emotional occurrence, and especially when there is no vent out, அதாவது நேச்சுரலாக ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் ஆகும்போது our body actually releases extra chemicals into our blood, extra hormones, extra chemicals into our blood. When there is no vent out for this extra energy, extra strength, that leads to depression, all those things, all disorders, the bad thing, the extreme stress la varakuriya the wear out ellame pathina, this is the reason. Okay. So you can go to the next slide. Actually, some stress is actually essential for all living organisms. You can move to the next slide. Yeah. Actually, it is the means by which they encounter, respond to challenges. So this perception of danger, I already spoke about it in yesterday's class. This perception of danger actually, it sets off an automatic response system which is called as the fight or flight response. That is activated through our brain, signals from the brain, hormones. So it actually makes the person to either meet the threat hand on or escape from it. Okay. So ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஃபுல் ஈவெண்ட் அது வந்து ஒரு ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஃபுல் ஈவெண்ட் வெதர் அது எக்ஸ்டர்னலாக வரக்கூடிய ஒரு ஈவெண்ட். இப்போ வந்து ஒரு பாம்பை பார்க்குறோம், நேற்று பேசுன மாதிரி நம்ம பாம்பு, கரடி, அந்த மாதிரி எக்ஸ்ட்ரீமா சடனா பார்க்கும்போது, ஆர் இப்போ வந்து நம்ம வந்து ஒரு தப்பு பண்ணிட்டோம் நம்ம வேலையில, அப்போ வந்து நம்மளோட சுப்பீரியர் வந்து நம்மளை பார்த்து கத்துறது, we fear the worst at that time, அப்போ ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் ஆகுறது. All these things actually tends to release adrenaline and cortisol into our body. So it naturally leads to higher heartbeat, higher muscle movement, higher blood circulation. Suddenly அந்த ஒரு ஜால்ட் வரும்போது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா what happens, all our movements become double or triple the normal movement. So what was actually thought to be ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, ஒரு ஃபியூ மூமெண்ட்ஸ், ஒரு சம் டைம்ல வந்து அந்த ரெஸ்பான்ஸ் இருக்கணும் அப்படின்றதுக்காக நம்ம பாடி ரிலீஸ் பண்ணக்கூடிய இந்த ஹார்மோன்ஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, இப்போ ஒரு எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்ணும்போது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு கொஞ்ச நேரம் தான் அந்த எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்ண போகிறோம், கொஞ்ச நேரம் தான் அந்த வலி அந்த நிலைக்கு போய் நம்ம திரும்பி வருவோம். அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கப்போ பாடி கேன் வெரி வெல் accept it, very well respond to it. But if emotionally, when there's a huge drain, when we feel we are completely alone, there is no let out, and what happens is that the prolonged release of this cortisol and adrenaline combined with a feeling that we are not at all achieving anything, and the achievement quotient சுத்தமா இல்லாதப்ப, that is when it leads to depression. It leads to various cardiovascular diseases, heart diseases. Okay, you can go to the next slide. So I'll deal with some positive stress and negative stress. Positive stress is actually it will inspire people to do their best and perform better than compared to when they are under normal circumstances. There's no pressure. Okay. So the characteristics of positive stress are motivation, focused energy. I mean, channeling and focused energy. Positive stress actually is a coping ability. It improves the coping ability. It provides excitement. It provides fun. It improves the performance, both physical and psychological. That is positive stress. And negative stress. Negative stress is the opposite of positive. The characteristics are negative stress actually causes anxiety, unpleasantness, decreases our endurance capability, our performance, and it leads to both physical and psychological problems. And actually there are no fixed causes of stress. The reason can be personal, social, or even occupation related. So depression, guilt, physical, relationship issues, death, sudden death of someone we know, or some major life instances, financial problems, traumatic events can all be included as agents of stress. So as I said, when there's a long-term stress, what happens is it takes a toll on our functioning and functioning of both our body and our mind. So this consequences of this long-term stress are depression, anxiety, personal disorders, panic attacks, These are the most extreme reactions from stress: hypertension, heart failure, heart attacks, cardiac arrhythmia, atherosclerosis, are few cardiovascular diseases that can be resulting from stress. Obesity, anorexia, and bulimia are some of the psychological effects that takes a toll on the physical condition of the body. Sexual dysfunction, low fertility is also a result of continued stress. Acne, permanent hair loss, eczema, gastrointestinal diseases, lung diseases. Actually, நம்மளோட எல்லா மருத்துவ சித்தர்கள் எல்லாமே எழுதிக்கிறத பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, நம்மளோட வயிறு வந்து ரொம்ப முக்கியமா. வாட் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் கட் இன் இங்கிலீஷ். அந்த டைஜஸ்டிவ் ட்ராக்ட் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியமா. Actually, that determines the person's behavior, it seems. Long term, how good is our gut health, that determines the person's behavior towards the environment, the perception of that person. இதெல்லாமே அது that only determines, it seems. Okay. So others, when we are feeling extreme stress, what happens is the first thing it attacks is our gut. Naturally it gets upset. Okay. So these are the effects of stress: positive stress and negative stress. So we'll move to the events, that is the causative agents, that is stressors. Next slide, ma'am. Okay. So as I said earlier, what is a stressor? Stressors is nothing but all these agents, all these external stimuli which causes stress in our body. Okay, which causes strain in our body, right? So these stressors, actually they've divided into cataclysmic events. That is ஒரு சடனா ஒரு earthquake வரும்போது, volcano வரும்போது, or we experienced floods, extreme floods in Chennai in 2015. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு cataclysmic events which occurs suddenly, affecting many people at once. That causes stress. And then post-traumatic stress disorder. That is, I'll explain post-traumatic PTSD in short. It is actually it is an anxiety disorder that can develop after exposure to a terrifying event or ordeal in which grave physical harm occurs or the person was threatened. I think everybody knows what is PTSD, especially when we view ஒரு murder or ஒரு accident, ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரீட்ல ஒரு ஆக்சிடென்ட் பார்த்துடுறோம், or some abysmal thing, some unacceptable, unbearable thing சடனா பார்க்கும்போது அதில் வந்து what happens after that, it comes to us repeatedly. That disorder is called as PTSD. Okay. So this traumatic events actually triggers PTSD. Text it says violent personal assaults, military combat, or accidents. So these traumatic events will give shocking reactions, including anger, nervousness, fear, sometimes even guilt, because naturally we think that we did not prevent it. Okay. So all these things happen as an effect of PTSD.
இது மூவி எக்ஸாம்பிள் கொடுக்குவேன்.
Yeah, please.
ஒரு தனுஷ் பிரகாஷ் ராஜ் மூவி அது. I don't exactly remember the name. தனுஷ் பிரகாஷ் ராஜ் அப்புறம் பாரதி ராஜா இருப்பாங்க. They are actually பாரதி ராஜோட அப்பா, சாரி பிரகாஷ் ராஜோட அப்பா வந்து பாரதி ராஜா, அண்ட் தனுஷோட அப்பா வந்து பிரகாஷ் ராஜ். கரெக்ட், திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். அதுல வந்து இதே தான் ஆக்சுவலி. இஸ் அ போலீஸ் ஆஃபீஸர். அவர் வந்து ஒரு டிரைவிங் போயிட்டு இருக்கும்போது இஸ் டிராவலிங் வித் த ஃபேமிலி அண்ட் he takes a mobile call actually. So that influences a accident, I believe. Then in that accident, wife and her daughter they lose their life. ஸோ இது வந்து இட் ஹேப்பன்ஸ் தட் போத் ஆஃப் தெம், தனுஷும் பிரகாஷ் ராஜும் தே எஸ்கேப் ஃப்ரம் த ஈவெண்ட், வெரஸ் அவங்க ஒய்ஃபும் பிரகாஷ் ராஜோட ஒய்ஃபும் குழந்தையும் பொண்ணும் இறந்துடும். ஸோ இது வந்து தட் வில் பி தேர் இன் த போத் ஆஃப் தெம் மைண்ட், அண்ட் தனுஷ் வில் நாட் பி ஏபிள் டு ஃபர்கிவ் ஹிஸ் ஃபாதர். பிரகாஷ் ராஜா மன்னிக்கவே முடியாது. ஸோ தட்ஸ் ஹவு தே லீட் தர் லைஃப். ஆக்சுவலி அது வந்து இட் ஹேப்பன்ட் ஐ திங்க் வென் தே வர் ஸ்மால். அவன் வந்து ஒரு 10-12 இயர்ஸ் இருக்கும் போதும். பட் when he is going to a job, வேலைக்கு போயிட்டு இருப்பாரு, he was not able to concentrate on his studies, அப்படி இப்படின்னு போவோம். So that due to post traumatic disorder or stress disorder இருக்கலாம். I think it might connect to our subject. Yeah, that's it. Anwar sir.
Yes sir, yes sir. No, even from our own bank, I can give an example. See, in Tamil Nadu, the regions around Dharmapuri, there used to be Naxal movements at some point of time. This was way back, some 3-4 decades. In one of our branches, in one of our state bank branches, what happened? There was a shootout. One of our guards actually lost his life. At that point of time, அந்த branchல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா the accountant's kid was in the branch. Accountant na, there is who person who is in charge of cash and everything, all the account, and the kid was at the branch. So that he actually that little person actually saw the entire ordeal. உள்ளார வந்து அவங்க பணத்துக்கு மிரட்டுறாங்க, இது பண்ணிட்டு பாஸ் எடுத்துட்டு இவர் தடுக்க போறப்ப அவர் கொல்றது எல்லாமே, everything he has seen it. Okay, that person is actually an agent today. He got later he got employed in the bank. He is an agent today. இன்னைக்கு கூட ஒரு இந்த இது இருக்குல்ல, that is soda bottle open பண்றப்ப he'll give a jerk. Till date he cannot come out of it. He's more than 40 plus, 40, 50 plus, 45. Till date, he is not able to come out of it. That is the effect of actually PTSD. We've seen it like, yeah. So, the treatment of PTSD. அதாவது ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்ல வந்து என்னன்னா, now PTSDல என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, ஆக்சுவலா சுலைமான் சார் என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா, அவங்க வந்து அவங்களோட தன்னியல்பை வந்து விட்டுறாங்க. That is, they actually lose control of their own. No, we can stay with the previous slide, madam. I'm still in PTSD only. Madam, I'm still in the stressors only. Yeah. So treatment of PTSD actually, you should actually focus on the gaining control of that person. The person who undergoes that disorder, அவரோட வாழ்க்கையில he must actually feel a sense of control. Only then he can deal with the trauma. That should be the focus of the treatment. Okay. So on the focusல there are 4 treatments. That is trauma focused CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. அது என்னன்னா ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, it propels the person to think more clearly. அதாவது கெட்டது எதுவும் யோசிக்காம இது நல்லதா நடக்கும், நல்லபடியா வெளில வருவோம், அந்த இதுல இருந்து நம்ம காப்பாத்தி நம்ம வெளில வந்துருவோம் அப்படின்ற மாதிரி it propels the person to think and behave differently. Okay. Actually what happens is, once there is an extreme stress, our thinking, the precept in our brain, actually it becomes distorted. எல்லாமே பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்மள தான் அட்டாக் பண்ண வராங்க, நம்மள தான் வந்து we are going to be the victim அப்படின்ற that feeling will be more pronounced. ஸோ அதை வந்து கம்மி பண்ணக்கூடிய, இல்லை அது வந்து அப்படி கிடையாது, நீங்க மாட்டிக்க மாட்டீங்க, நீங்க பொழைச்சிப்பீங்க அப்படின்றத நிறைய சொல்றதுதான் இந்த ட்ராமா பேஸ்ட் cognitive behavioral therapy. Okay. Then there is family therapy. This is obvious. That is, இது வந்து ஒரு continuous counseling by the family. அதாவது அந்த what the psychologist actually does here is he or she counsels the entire family so that ஒரு பாசிட்டிவ் என்விரான்மெண்ட், ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, ஒரு நியூட்ரல் என்விரான்மெண்ட் அந்த பர்டிகுலர் இண்டிவிஜுவலுக்கு வந்து ஒரு ஃபியர் கொடுக்கக்கூடிய, பயமுறுத்தாமல் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு சூழ்நிலை உருவாக்குறது. தட் இஸ் ஃபேமிலி தெரப்பி. அண்ட் தென் மெடிகேஷன். Actually, medication, what it does is it actually regulates the chemical imbalance. And as I said, stress leads to increased chemical secretion into our blood. So this medication helps handle that. That is what medication is about. Okay. So the typical SNRI and SSRI. It is given in a text also. SNRI is actually serotonin and norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor. அதாவது அந்த மெடிகேஷன் நீங்க சாப்பிட்டீங்கன்னா it will try to handle the effect of increased hormone secretion. And then serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor, SSRI. So all these are the medications. It has been observed that in a time span of 4 to 12 weeks after the medication started, there is a gradual reduction in the chemical imbalance of the individual. So these are the medications followed. And then EMDR, that is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. So நீங்க இந்த ஹெவிலி ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் பீப்புள் பாத்தீங்கன்னா அவங்க வந்து கண்ணை வந்து அப்படியே ஒரு நிறைய மினுக்குவாங்க. That is, in a minute they tend to blink some even 60-70 times. அவங்களால அதை கட்டுப்படுத்த முடியாது. So that is called as REM, that is rapid eye movement. Okay. So in the eye movement desensitization reprocessing என்ன செய்வாங்கன்னா, அது rapid eye movement எப்போ நடக்கும்னா அவங்க தூங்குறப்ப, எஸ்பெஷலி அவங்க தூங்குறப்ப தான் நடக்கும், when the particular person sleeps. ஸோ இது வந்து எப்படின்னா ஒரு அவங்கள வந்து ஒரு காம் டவுன் பண்ற மாதிரி சூதிங் என்விரான்மெண்ட், சூதிங் மென்டல் ஸ்டேட் அவங்களை கொண்டு போய் அவங்களை தூங்க வைக்கிறப்ப அந்த ரேபிட் ஐ மூவ்மெண்ட்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக கம்மியாகும். That is this eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Okay. And then there are personal stresses. Actually, there are 3 types of stresses: cataclysmic events, post-traumatic stress disorders, and then personal stresses. Personal stresses என்னன்னா, இப்போ நம்ம ஏற்கனவே பேசின எக்ஸாம்பிள் தான். We somebody in our family dies. Somebody close to us, very close to us, dies suddenly. So இது ஜெனரலி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா காலம் நேரம் கொடுக்க அது சால்வ் ஆகும். பட் டியூரிங் த டைம் தி பர்சன் இஸ் எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம்லி ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ட். ஸோ இதுக்காக பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஹோம்ஸ் அண்ட் ராய் they conducted research and they identified some stimuli. Yeah, somebody wants to say something. Okay, I heard some noise. Yeah, see, so this Holmes and Rahe, they conducted research and identified the stimuli that actually places a strain. They are identifying the stressors. Okay. So idhula pathina the correct madam, next slide, that is correct. So they are classifying the 3 responses, that is the body response, mind response and the emotional responses. Idhula they classify பண்றாங்க. Body increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, indigestion, diarrhea, prone to accident. அதாவது அவங்க வந்து அவங்கள சுயநினைவே இழந்துட்டு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா they go and hit themselves somewhere. They do self-harm to themselves. அதெல்லாம் நடக்கும். ஸோ இதெல்லாம் அவங்க கிளாஸிஃபை பண்ணுறாங்க. And then mind response, forgetting, they tend to do maths and spelling errors. They are always preoccupied with something else. And then the emotional responses, anxiety, depression, feeling of worthlessness, self-criticism, jealousy, suspiciousness, and angry outbursts, spiritual response, decreased interest, decreased hope, decreased connectedness with others, and isolating themselves. So இது எல்லாத்தையும் கிளாஸிஃபை பண்றாங்க. So our Holmes and Rahe, they classify these stresses for the other people to give treatment accordingly. Okay. So these are
Can we
the
go for this
stresses.
exercise, because this will be the right time, because the what you're saying and the exercise will go hand in hand.
Sure, madam.
Yeah,
I'll
you can
stop.
stop
Also, I'll stop here. I continue from 15
here.
minutes.
Just 15 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Just 15 minutes. Are you everyone ready? Ready with the exercise? Some practical exercises. Hello, please respond.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Only one? Yeah, fine. Yeah. I'm going to share one. 2 slides I'm going to share. Okay, you're going to take a notepad and do a tabular column. Okay, so whenever I say table 1, table 2, and there'll be table 3 and table 4. Okay, so just hold on. I'll be sharing one. It's something related to what Anbasar is teaching us. Okay, can you all see the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this is the negative core belief. Okay, and this is related to the stress points, and this is related to your mm, uh, your negative emotions, and that is leading to the feelings, negative feelings. And see, as Andus was telling the moods are actually, I mean, the emotions are short lived, but the feelings are longer, because when you stretch the emotions, it turns into a feeling, and that feeling is not good for your gut problem, or because that leading to the stress, and that's just leading to the heart pounding, and and many
Yeah, வேண்டாம்ல.
even health issues. So we'll start with actually positive note. Actually, we'll go for first positive. One second. Okay, positive core belief. Okay, so you're going to take a notepad and do a table 1. Table 1, the table 1 contains, the first tabular column contains I have. Can you write I have? I have. And the second column is reasons. Okay, this is the table 1. Table 1 has 2
நான்
columns.
எப்படி சாப்பிட போறது? உங்களுக்கு என்ன வேணுமோ
Can you hear me? I think I have a disturbance. Is anyone? Please, the rest of them be in mute. Yeah, have you written two columns? Table 1. Yeah. So column. So what you need to do is, in column 1, you have to write I have. So what are the, if anybody want to share, you can share. Like, what are the positive core beliefs I have? So what you have, and why the reason, I mean, the experience or the learning, whatever, so you write the first column as I have, and the second column as reason. Then table 2 is I don't have, and the column 2 of table 2 is I need to develop. So the table 1 has 2 columns, I have, and the second column is reasons, and this table 2 has I don't have, and the second column is I need to develop. Have you written it? 2 tables? You can unmute and say if you. This is simple journaling, and so what positive core beliefs you have in you, and what that you have developed over the years, right from your childhood, what positive core beliefs you have developed through learning, through experience, and the beliefs or your family beliefs, and even the culture, everything plays a role in your positive beliefs. This positive belief actually influences emotions. The emotions influences feelings. So this is the hierarchy. So positive belief. So if you have these in this list, what positive belief you have, please write it down, and write it down, and the reason, and you can add one more also, the emotions connected with that. Or you can also write about the experience in that you have, because of this core belief, I have experienced certain good things. So that you can do as for the positive table 1 core belief.
Yeah, I can go ahead, but I think it is not just one. I can quote a few, like I'm optimist, I have self-confidence,
Yeah,
I
correct.
have lots of love.
Mm,
So these are the positives from my childhood, and till now I'm still receiving it.
wonderful, wonderful. That's wonderful. And so you have to say, I mean, the reason is, yes, if right from childhood you have learned it, right?
Yes.
So that's the reason. Okay. So you can also write what experience you have, like, gained because of this positive core belief. That also you can write. You can write it in beliefs under the reasons, or you can have a separate column for experience.
Yes. So to quote the reason, what I have come across is that
Mm.
yes, from the childhood, uh, everyone faces like even I have experienced the disappointments, heart beating, so all those stuff. But as I grown up, uh, I myself learned that this is a part of life. You have to face throughout your life until you're asked, buddy.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Yes.
that was my own experience. That it's a
Sustainability.
part of life. Yeah, it's a thing. So that I have developed. Uh, yeah,
Very good. Nice, Naveen. And the second column also, you have to write what you don't have. So, what positive beliefs you don't have? If at all, given a chance, an opportunity, can I improve on this, or can I develop on this? So that you see, I have not developed this positive core belief, or I will hardly use this belief. So that kind of,
yes,
you can write it down. I don't have, or I have it on and off. So that kind of, you can put that in a tabular column, and then you have to, yeah, I need to develop.
yeah. I need to develop in
I
sense,
need to develop that.
the develop part
Yeah,
is
you
I
need
need
to
to
develop
explore
that.
more. Yeah,
Yes.
that is
And
what.
then you have to write what are the steps I need to follow to develop. So step 1, you step 1, step 2, or step 3.
So my development area is I need to explore more. Till
Yes.
today, I have explored, experienced my own surroundings. So I don't know the rest of the geographical area, the other side of the people. So since I'm in a middle class, I'm seeing the middle class and lower middle class, and I don't know how a rich man will live, how a very poor people live, how a ill person will live, what are their thoughts, what are their challenges day to day life. So these part I have to travel with the people. So yes, I'm trying and I'm taking an effort on that. I have to take an effort. These are my areas of improvement.
So you
More.
have to know about people. So you have to have some empathy, right?
Yeah,
Empathy on people, and and see that empathy also comes, like, under that last final column. So these kind of things you need to develop. But what is the possibilities of developing that? Okay, so you cannot like overnight you can develop, but you can write step 1, step 2, and step 3, whatever. Where, I mean, I try to reach this point in step 1. I try to reach the second point in step 2. So you can write your steps to develop this positive core beliefs. So so that's how you do your journaling. You can develop yourself. It is for your self development, and it is for your self motivation.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so this will help you to be a better person, more better person in the future. You become more and more a better person. So this positive core beliefs helps. So again, we'll go for the negative quickly, because Anbuzar has to finish. So I'll go for, sorry. Yeah. See, this is the negative core beliefs. Okay. Now you have more tabular columns for negative core beliefs, because we cannot live with this negative core beliefs in our life for a very long time. Because as the what Anbuzar has taken, it leads to stress, it leads to our mental illness, it leads to even our physical illness, and straight away affects our gut problem. So the many things we face because of these many core beliefs, that is leading to the emotions, negative emotions, that in turn leads to the negative feelings. So now you have to write, okay, another table for negative beliefs. The first column is negative beliefs. So what negative belief I have? So that will be the first column. The second column is, do I encounter this negative belief how often? Okay, so you can write it there, often, not often, or quite often. You can write it under the the emotions I encounter. Okay, often or not often. Then the third thing is, if you're facing this kind of negative emotions or negative feelings, okay, what is the thought process that is going inside you? I can give you actually a live, a fact full, example for this, and then I can explain this. I can explain this, and so that it will be helpful for your journaling, that how you can overcome these negative core beliefs. So your third column is thought process. Your fourth one is will be your reactions, and your sixth one will be the experience or the learning, or the seventh one is will be your, you can divide that into two actually. I mean, tabular column, the columns going far, and what are the action plan I have to do to reduce this negative core beliefs, and the varied reactions. So what are the other options? See, life is full of options. If people are getting mood off, or they are getting into some negativity, because when they set something in their mind and that is not happening immediately, people they they actually they tend to be angry on themselves, and they go alone. They say, I'm a stupid person, I'm no, I'm not at all I'm a very boring person, I'm a failure. That kind of that kind of belief they go into. So but when you think the life has options, many options, then you go for a varied reactions. So I will explain to you what is the varied reaction is. Okay, can I give an example? Then you can also think of one more example, and we'll finish this exercise. Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yes, so I will give you an example. So actually I was arranging for my daughter's birthday bash, and her 16th, so that is so special for her. And we have invited her friends, and very very close friends of us also. And it was a happy moment for her, and we've been planning this almost for a month. So we were planning, and she was very happy. Like we almost like completed all the work, and the day it came, that morning, I had a severe eye infection. Okay, the water started coming out of my eyes, and I severe. It was very painful and very irritating, and I couldn't even see people. And but I'm the host, so I don't know what to do. So I was like completely taken aback. So there are other options, as you said. I can cancel it, cancel the program, but that is going to really affect my daughter, or I can push to some other date, but I have to call the entire crowd and tell them that it's been postponed. So what are the options? What are the options I can take? But when I got up, my eyes were so red, and I was a little down with that, like, because it was so irritating to see, even look at the person. So can I wear a glass? So what I was saying is, the first thing, the traveler column, the thought process, whenever you are facing with some negative emotions, so what is that thought process that is going through? The first, some people, so few people say, okay, no, this cannot be happening, and I cannot face people with this red eyes, and these are the thought process you go through when you face some negative emotions. So I cannot, I can't stand with with my cooling glass, and in photos I don't look nice, and these kind of beliefs or this kind of feelings, like, we keep getting, that is called thought process. But what thought process I got is, okay, can I take a medicine immediately, some eye drops, will that help? So if the worst case scenario, okay, I can wear a cooling glass, it's okay. She should be good, looking good in a photos, and not me. This is her day. So that kind of, that thought process went into my head. And so that then what was then my reaction? My reaction was, where people get agitated, they get frustrated, they, and actually actually we are talking about the stress now. So people become stressful. So I don't know what to do. Then you start sweating, your heart start pounding, and I don't know, and you'll spoil everybody's mood around everybody. So that was the reaction we usually give for the negative emotions. But when you see, when you have a thought process, a positive thought process, then your reaction also will be a little more positive. So the first thing that actually comes when you face a negative emotion is stay calm, and think, and think about the options, and think about the positive options. So that is the thought process, and your reactions will be according to it. So mostly we face problems only when our reactions are very bad. It is not because of the problem. The problem we face, but the reaction we give to the problem, it leads to the bigger problem, a bigger stress. So you have to write your reactions, and so next one is, like, okay, this I already have a positive, I have an experience, because yelling at people, shouting at people, and making everybody around me feeling like a failure or a boring, and all this, so this will actually leads to nothing. This is actually leading to the whole family will be doomed. So what I have to think about is, what is the action plan? The action plan I have to do, and the experience I had, okay, I should not repeat this kind of experience again. And what is my varied reaction? What I need, that last time I did this, so I cannot repeat this. So what will be my varied reactions now? So these are the for the journaling for the negative core beliefs. So when you do this kind of journaling by yourself every day, like writing a diary, this exercise will really help you to improve your positivity, and and bringing down the negativity will help you in your mental health. So what I did that day was I bought eye drops. Then I was like, applying that every 2 hours, and by evening I became all right. So everything went on well, and that was a jolly good day. So that's how it happened. So this is my this is what I want to share for my negative core belief. So anybody had the same experience, facing some negativity, or the how you reacted, and so what will be your varied reaction right now if you're given an opportunity? So that kind you can share in a simple manner, just 2 minutes. Then we'll give it back to Amritsar.
One moment, Carolyn, you showed some positive core beliefs. The
Yeah,
last line I could not see. Will you show it again? Just
yeah,
one
sure,
second. The last
sure,
line.
sure. Sorry, this was
Thank you.
my
Freedom,
corporate programs.
happiness. Oh, the freedom, happiness, hard work, and humility. Thank you. Thank
You
you.
can you can take a picture of this.
Thank you.
So anyone want to share, or will you understood what is, I mean, the journaling, the columns?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I understood. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
Thank you for
There are
sharing.
seven
Yeah.
columns. Seven columns. So you have to see whether you're gone through this kind of negative core beliefs, and how you need to come out of this. This is
And
simple
you said
journaling.
the four, 5, 6, 7. A few only I could just see reactions. You said no. One is the
Now,
experience and learning. That's all.
Ma'am, can you repeat the heading of 7 columns?
yes, some heading. You want the columns?
Yes.
Yeah. So first one is what negative belief you have. Okay. And what negative emotion that you emote regularly because of this belief. What is the negative emotions that you get irregularly, often or not quite often? Okay. And next one is the thought process. So what, when you are facing a problem, what is the thought process that is happening in your mind? And you can actually do it yourself. Like, I'm facing this. Okay. And these are also telling you, when you're facing a snake, or when you're challenged by something, see, when you're, or someone is sick in your house, or something you're facing, and some negative situations, or the environment you're facing. So what is the thought process that is going on? So how did you react? What was your reaction? What was your reaction? And did you have a good experience or a bad experience? You can write your experience. And what is now the action plan now for your recent uh, problems? What is the action plan? So that is the seventh. Or you can have the eighth one as the your varied reaction. You can have a different reaction for this. You got it?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So you can just take a picture of this, and you can do this journaling almost every day. I mean, so till you feel like, yeah, I got rid of this belief right from a childhood, or from your even from your adolescence, and this I can get rid of. So this kind of journaling will help you to improve your self motivation as well, because it helps you to self motivation and to attain your goals easily. Thank you. Over to Anbu sir.
Yes, ma'am. You can go to slide 55.
Yeah, okay, sure. Is this the right one?
I've already covered this. You can go to the next slide.
Sorry?
This is over.
Over, huh?
Next
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've just altered the way our text moves. No, I've just altered it a bit. So till now we have covered about stress, stressors, and then the classification of stress as, and then the general response to stress. Now, the three bases of stress. Because in a text, what they're doing is after the stressor, they straight away going into coping. So first, I'll cover the basis and then to coping. Okay. So there are three bases: physical, physiological, and psychosocial. Physical basis is basically it is again subjective. It is what is stressful for me need not be stressful for some other person. I think somebody's not muted yet. Some TV thing is playing on the background. Can you mute it, please? Yeah, I'll go on. So this is what is stressful for me need not be stressful for the other person. There are many, as I said earlier, there are many different kinds of stress, and all stress need not be bad. Actually, stress can actually help you quickly in an emergency and help you face the challenge, help you face the deadline. It is said that, in fact, the optimum level of stress actually brings the best in the individuals. Okay, so the stress can affect your personal and your physical and mental health, and ultimately your behavior as well. Your body responds to stress by producing chemicals like serotonin and adrenaline, and help you rise up to the challenge. Your heartbeat pumps up, your brain works faster, and you have a sudden burst of energy. Again, I can give you an typical movie example, but I don't know how many actually watched this movie. Is any Jason Statham fan here? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Crank. If somebody has watched that movie, they'll be knowing what I'm talking about. Crank, I think two parts came as a sequel also. Some level of adrenaline will be given to that person, the Jason Statham, the hero, and what he does after that is normally unimaginably normal circumstances. So the extreme level of stress brings the best to the person. Okay. At the same time, when you are facing some threat, especially when your safety is targeted, at that time, uh, you actually try to get to safer environment, get to prevent that occurrence. These are all actually genetical predispositions. What happens? Our ancestors were actually falling in, living in caves, living among the animals. So they were trying to avoid the occurrence of becoming a victim to a predator. So all these are natural born instincts in humans. Okay, but again, too much stress will lead to harmful effects. It is impossible to completely eliminate bad stress, so it is better to learn and avoid and manage stress. Okay, move to the next slide. This is the physiological basis of stress. Again, stress is a natural physical and mental reaction to life experiences. So, uh, so everybody undergoes some form of stress on a everyday basis, from family or from work or from the on the street, anywhere. So what stress does is, in a momentary period, that is a very short term, stress is actually beneficial to your health. It can help you cope up with the potentially threatening situations. Your body actually copes up by releasing these hormones, rising up with the challenge. But if your stress actually does not stop firing, what happens is it becomes chronic. This chronic stress actually leads to a variety of symptoms, affecting your overall happiness, overall well-being. The symptoms of chronic stress are irritability, anxiety, depression, headaches, insomnia. I think all the patients of insomnia will actually accept this. Uh, the starting point of insomnia is actually extreme stress, leading to a general neglect of food, general neglect of sleep. The person actually puts our physical well-being to the last. They just want to stay awake. Okay, the stress leads to that kind of situation, right? So they are dividing this into text. Actually, they are dividing this into 6 things. That is the central nervous system and endocrine systems. What stress does to our CNS and endocrine systems. CNS I've already explained in earlier class. It leads to the fight or flight response. The hypothalamus gets the starts proceedings. It actually signals the adrenal glands to release the hormones, adrenaline, cortisol. These hormones actually lead to increase in heartbeat, and blood actually pumps. It gets pumped. It gets rushing to the areas which is needed to respond to the emergency. So our muscles, heart, everything needs increased blood. So after that threat situation is gone, after that fear is gone, the hypothalamus should actually signal the system to be relaxed, to be normal. But if the CNS fails to return to this normal, or that particular stressor, that threatening stimulant does not move away, our body's response will keep on continuing. So that is why actually you may have seen that people with extreme stress, they either go have a cigarette or they eat too much. I don't know whether you have come across such people. Extreme stress leads them to overeating.
Yes, I have come across one person. Shall I intrude?
Yeah, madam.
Yeah, she
No,
got.
one second. I'll
I
just
know.
complete this.
Yeah.
Overeating, alcohol, or even extreme alienation. All these are possible when the CNS does not stop. Yes, madam. You be good.
Sorry. I know one girl. She got married, and within 3 or 4 months, issues started rising up, and the husband and wife both they were getting into quarreling very often. And once this quarreling, when it goes to extreme level, the husband leaves the house and he goes away. And immediately what this girl used to do is she will order buckets and buckets of ice creams. She used to eat and eat only ice creams. Already she used to be a little, on the heavier side. And what she used to do is continuously she will order more and more ice creams. And particularly when she is in stress, she used to eat up to what an extent you won't believe. In about one or 1.5 years, they got divorced. But by the time she got divorced, she was almost some 5 times, 6 times her original weight. That was what I wanted to share.
Yes, madam. Yes. I think both extremes happen. What you quoted is one example that we have come across. The other side also, that is, people tend to neglect food. That also happens. They starve themselves. They put their own well-being to the last. That also happens. So that is about the CNS and endocrine systems, and then respiratory and cardiovascular systems. Actually, what happens is when our cortisol and adrenaline is secreted to higher than the normal level, we tend to, our heartbeat gets faster. So naturally, we tend to breathe faster. That inhale and exhale, no? what we do in normal circumstances, when you are stressed, that time limit actually reduces, that diminishes, that cycle diminishes. So in an effort to why it is being done is, our body actually tries to pump in more oxygen, more blood to your body. So that is why this heavy breathing happens. So if chronic stress is experienced by the person, what happens, it leads to asthma or emphysema. I think asthma everybody knows. Emphysema, again, if there's a doctor involved, they can explain. Emphysema is actually basically your lung is, it's a lung condition where the alveoli, that is the air sacs in the lungs, are damaged. And when we inhale, actually the air gets pumped to the lungs. So when this alveoli is damaged, we have a shortage. We don't have the sufficient space for the air. So that a gas exchange becomes harder. So body actually taking in oxygen and expelling carbon dioxide, that does not happen properly. So it leads to a form of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. We call it as COPD in medical terms. So that happens. Okay. Then our digestive system. Digestive system, actually, I have already told that what happens under this heavy stress, our liver actually produces extra sugar, extra glucose. That is actually the spurt of energy, that spurt of what do you call it, hyperactivity in our body that we experience. That is caused by the liver actually forming sudden spurt in the glucose. So this sudden spurt in the glucose naturally does not get digested, does not get taken in by the body. So what happens is, it will ultimately lead to some acid reflux kind of thing in our stomach, because the stomach acid suddenly shoots up. So this acid reflux, actually what it does is, if the person already has an ulcer, it will lead to a worse condition, this acid reflux. So also stress also leads to diarrhea or constipation. Both can happen. So these are all the effects of stress to the digestive system. And then the muscular system. I don't know how many have experienced. After some stressful exercise, sometimes our muscles catches spasm actually. The சுளுக்குன்னு சொல்றாங்க, அது நடந்துரும். We experience shoulder pain, we experience back pain. அது நம்ம எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்றப்பே நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். ஸோ இது வந்து ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஃபுல் சுச்சுவேஷன், ரொம்ப நம்ம எமோஷனல் ஸ்ட்ரெயின் ஆகிற பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, this will lead to much more complications in the muscular system. And then sexuality and reproductive system. See, needless to say that stress is actually exhausting for both the body and the mind. So what happened, in normal circumstances, the desire, the natural desire that shoots up in your body, that gets influenced in you, that gets to be distorted, that actually gets dwarfed. So if this stress keeps on going for more time, generally males testosterone levels actually begin to drop. So that is why in the IVF treatment போறதுக்கு முன்னாடி, the doctors actually advise the patients to be relaxed, stay calm, try not to be stressful. அதுக்கான காரணம் இதுதான். Actually in the repeated chronic stress வந்து actually leads to dysfunction or impotence in males. In females பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, it will actually affect the menstrual cycle. It will lead to more painful periods. It can also magnify the effects of menopause. All these things happen. So these are the effects of the chronic stress in the reproductive system. And then the immune system. The age-old belief, not just belief, age-old practice kuda, the less stressed we are, the more safe we are, the more immune we are. அது எல்லாருக்குமே தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். நம்ம சித்த வைத்தியத்துலையும் இதை நிறைய சொல்லுவாங்க. அதாவது பாடி ரிலாக்ஸாக இருந்தால் தான் நம்மளோட இம்யூனிட்டி வில் பி பெட்டர். திஸ் இஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் ட்ரூ. ஸோ என்னாகும், இந்த ஃபாரின் வைரஸ், ஃபாரின் பாக்டீரியா, ஃபாரின் disease causing organisms வருதுன்னா the natural immune system actually weakens because the stress hormones are shooting up. So பாத்தீங்கன்னா especially stressed இருக்கப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னா people are more prone to fever, they are more prone to flu attack. That happens because of this.
Sir, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
You can finish off today. You have more slides.
yeah, I think I have another 8 or 9 slides.
Tomorrow, can you take the half an hour?
So coping shall I continue tomorrow? I will finish the basics alone. From coping onwards, I'll.
Okay, you want to finish off this slide?
I have another basis, no, psychosocial. I just completed.
Okay, fine.
So physical and physiological covered. Next is the psychosocial. Or if you can spare us another 15 to 20 minutes, I can complete.
Okay, fine.
That
15
depends
minutes.
upon the people.
Yeah,
Okay. Are people okay with it?
because the people are leaving, so.
Sir, we can have it tomorrow. The coping நீங்க நாளைக்கு வச்சுக்கலாம்.
So
We can have it tomorrow. Yeah, you can finish the psychosocial basis.
So psychosocial, you can go to the next slide, madam. Psychosocial basis. Next slide, please. Yeah, psychosocial stress is actually it is a stress that is experienced due to the changes in our environment, in our social situations. So when the psychosocial stress becomes chronic, it is actually physically demanding in our body. It leads to heart disease. It leads to high blood pressure. It also leads to addiction. Actually, typically speaking, it is actually a byproduct of our physical social interaction with our neighborhood. So இப்போ anything that we perceive as a threat to our social status, நம்ம அடிக்கடி சொல்ற அந்த அந்தஸ்து, our social esteem, நம்ம socially we'll have some identity. So அது threaten ஆகுறப்ப, அது பயமுறுத்தப்படுறப்ப, கேள்வி கேட்கப்படுறப்ப, we become stressed. So we tend to feel alone, we tend to feel alienated. யாருமே நம்மளுக்கு சப்போர்ட் இல்லை அப்படின்னு நம்ம நிறைய நினைக்க ஆரம்பிப்போம். ஸோ இது என்னன்னா, நம்மளுக்கு சப்போர்ட் சிஸ்டம் யாருமே இல்லைன்னு நம்ம ஒரு வட்டத்துக்குள்ள நம்ம சுருக்கி இருக்கிறப்ப, இட் இஸ் ஈவன் மோர் டிஃபிகல்ட் டு கோப் வித் தட் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ஸ்ட்ரெஸ். ஸோ
எக்ஸாம்பிள் I'll share.
எஸ்.
ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இப்போ ஒரு இடத்துல இடம் வாங்கியிருக்காங்க. அந்த ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் they buy a plot somewhere as a group போய் வாங்கியிருக்காங்க. பட் when they see that plot is actually sold wrongfully to them. So அது இல்லவே இல்லைங்க ஆக்சுவலாக. பட் they have paid every hard earned money, they have paid it. When they feel that it is not there, then the stress actually this can we take it in psychosocial?
It's actually a byproduct of the psychosocial thing. ஒரு artificially they are trying to bring about a status, but அது threaten ஆகுறப்ப stress.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. அதாவது I've already told about our hormones, our adrenaline, cortisol, dopamine. So இதெல்லாம் வரப்ப there is a burst of energy, sudden spurt of energy in our body. But when it keeps on going, that will damaging to the body. இதுல என்னன்னா, this continuous spreading or presence of epinephrine, adrenaline, what it does is it will have a negative psychological and physical outcomes with prolonged exposure. So that is why they say don't take too much of this dolo இருக்குல்ல, that chemical I forgot. Dolo டாட்லலாம் இருக்கு அந்த ஒரு கெமிக்கல், paracetamol. Doctors say don't the level of paracetamol there should
Dolo
be checked.
650.
Yeah. அந்த paracetamol level வந்து கம்மியா தான் இருக்கணும் போல் இருக்கு. ஏன்னா because what it does is it will lead to ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, நான் மட்டும் தான் எனக்கு யாருமே இல்ல, நான் தனிமைப்படுத்த அப்படின்ற ஃபீல் அது உருவாக்கணும். It will prolonged exposure. Okay, so that is why it is important to manage psychosocial stress only when necessary. Okay, otherwise try to mix up with family, try to make use of the support system and relieve you of that stress. Yes, with this I complete this psychosocial stress, the coping part and the coping process, coping strategies, some stress management techniques I'll cover tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll continue tomorrow. We have 4 or 5 only, I think.
Another
Tomorrow I'll start, but I don't know whether